Hello again. I do hope that viewers will not think that I was addressing them as idiots in the title to this video. It is just that I honestly despair sometimes at the way in which people are prepared to swallow the lies which the government dreams up and the mainstream media present as the truth. Today, the headlines in the newspapers are once more full of the Rwanda business, and we are told that this is a solution to reducing the number of asylum seekers and refugees coming to this country. The news is that the agreement between Britain and Rwanda has been amended, and that the judges of the European courts are now more favourably inclined towards it. It doesn't matter. Even if the project went full steam ahead and 1,000 people a week were removed from this country and sent to Central Africa, it would not reduce by a single person the number of refugees and asylum seekers in this country. In the description to this video, I give a link to the government's own website in which they talk enthusiastically of the new version of the Rwanda scheme under the heading of groundbreaking new laws to stop the boats. This was published earlier this month, and since then Home Secretary Suella Braverman, who may be seen wielding a trowel in Rwanda in the thumbnail to this video, she's gone to Rwanda to publicise the latest version of the agreement. Allow me to quote from what the government says on their own website, right at the bottom of the piece to which I give a link. After going through a list of ferocious new measures, we read at the very end, annual number of people using safe and legal routes, committing to resettling a specific number of refugees in the UK each year. Right there is the only important thing you need to know about the Rwanda operation. That it commits this country to resettling a specific number of refugees in the UK each year. What is that specific number? Well, of course, we aren't told that, but I'm able to tell viewers. I also give a link to the government website which enables viewers to download a copy of the Memorandum of Understanding which we signed with Rwanda on this matter back in April last year, and upon which the whole operation is founded. Once again, the most important passage is right at the bottom. You have to scroll down to find it. This is what we agreed with Rwanda. It reads as follows. Paragraph 16. Resettlement of vulnerable refugees. The participants will make arrangements for the United Kingdom to resettle a portion of Rwanda's most vulnerable refugees in the United Kingdom, recognising both participants' commitment toward providing better international protection for refugees. You see, this is an exchange programme. We hope to send some of our refugees to Rwanda, and in exchange they will send us some of their own. For every refugee we send them, they will send us one of theirs. This will, of course, not reduce the number of refugees living in this country. It means, in fact, that we will be sending them healthy young men from Albania and the Middle East, and in return taking what are termed the most vulnerable refugees from Rwanda. These refugees, by the way, are currently a terrible burden on Rwanda, and they've tried every means conceivable to get rid of them because they don't want them there in their country anymore. The refugees they have are mostly from wars in Central Africa, from the Congo. These are people who have lost limbs through landmine explosions and are consequently permanently disabled, children with developmental delays and no families, the very old, the helpless, various other categories. This then is the bargain which everybody seems very enthusiastic about this morning, at least according to the newspaper headlines. We will send to Central Africa thousands of healthy young men, chiefly from Eastern Europe and the Middle East, and in return we will receive the same number back of helpless and very needy black Africans, for whom we will be responsible for the rest of their lives, and most of whom will never be able to work or contribute to our society. I am bound to ask, in what possible way can this be regarded as a good deal for Britain? It is an awful deal for us. The really frightening thing about this is that although the details which I give here can easily be found just by glancing at the government's own website, not a single journalist in Britain wishes to reveal this to the public. There's something very scary about this, that it seems that every person in this country can be so easily deceived and misled, and nobody at all wishes to enlighten them about what is really going on. Please don't take my word for any of this. Look at the links which I give to the British government's website and check for yourself. A huge confidence trick is being played upon us, and yet nobody wishes to think about it or discuss the implications. The technical name for this, by the way, is of course bait and switch.